Yo, yo, hello. My stream is, my Brave window is not visible. Let me restart the browser. Still not visible. Screw it. Okay, now it is. Great, but not Tempest, because we are actually. Oh, it's actually Tempest. Well, it will have their own name then. I don't want to restart this. So, anyways, guys, today's this short stream will try to do two tasks, which is already quite a lot since they have a lot of subtasks, as you see, or control questions, so to say. So previously, I don't know if I streamed this one honestly, but previously we learned about EVTX, ECMD, and also this is something like event CMD, which just transforms EVTX files into some different formats. Also, sysmon view. Honestly, I don't remember what that one does, but I know the Timeline Explorer allows us to view sysmon events in a different format. What's worth of notice is that process creation has event ID of 1 and DNS queries have the ID of 22. And we should follow some. Well, here's the basic information that some user downloaded a doc document and from Chrome XA, and it has the alert level of critical. We should investigate on this. Let's go to the Windows machine. We don't need attack box yet, as far as I know, but I just started it to, still be absolutely safe. We've got some tools here, but the VM itself is lagging, so I cannot see their names. Um, yeah, it's of no help. I know this is Wireshark. I don't know uh, what are these two. Maybe let's just try opening them. I just opened three tools. Let's see what they are. So this is Brem, um, which looks like a CM, honestly. Looks like a CM. Timeline Explorer, that's what we want. And Sysmon View. Um, okay, I don't know which one we will use. Let's focus on using one for now. And let's try opening these logs. Let's go to this PC. We've got a lot of documents, but we need. um, Actually, I don't remember how to load that document into Timeline Explorer. What I mean is, I wait. Can I? We have Wireshark as well. I guess we need. Which logs do we need to analyze? I guess Sysmon logs, right? That has to be Sysmon logs. Significant data sources Sysmon. Okay, let's try opening Sysmon. I'm not sure if it can open like that, or maybe we should convert it to CSV first. So yeah, it's not really readable. It's ELF file. Well, what should we do in that case? Let's close this and try reopening this, but this time we will use PowerShell 2 and EVTX something tool to convert that sysmon file to to CSV format and load the CSV file. Ls and okay, cd incident files. Let's go to here, ls We see that sys1.evtx. Now what we want to do is we want to use that tool, which I honestly don't know how to use. So let's look for the instructions for that. So here's how to get file hash. We know how to do that, but yeah, that's not important. So it just executes. Okay. Um, it executes the file which is located in ctools. In that case, let's go like that. C. That's not what I meant to do. Tools evtx, evtx, not TLL, but exe. And let's try to provide a file. So he provides a full path, and let's just provide captcha sysmon and also the CSV format, which is in this directory, right? Let's just put a dot for this directory. It's weird we need to provide to like the path for the directory. I guess that should be the path for the directory of the output file, right? And here's the output file itself. And since we are converting to CSV file, we need to pass this argument CSV file sysmon.csv. Let's try running this. It should work normally. Author, yep, will be saved. Okay, I think it'll work. In the meantime, let's try looking at these two. So we can see how Timeline Explorer looks for the imported CSV file. It looks actually quite nice. It looks a bit readable, though it doesn't have these visualizations as sysmon view, as you can see. Explorer.exe can, here you can see what processes have started, and you don't have this view, at least not as clearly in Tempest. No, how is it called? I always forget how is it called. What it's called. It's Timeline Explorer. Okay, so it has some. Okay, here are some summaries. We have a lot of process creations, a lot of 11s. Not sure what that is. And some of DNS requests, some 3 events. So let's look for these events IDs 3, sysmon ID 3. What's this? Network connection. 11, file create, okay. And anything other? 13, for example. Registry event, registry value modification. Often used for persistence, right? Other values, 12, sysmon event 12. Registry event object create. Create and delete operations. Well, fine. I think we understand all common events from here. In that case, we did the conversion, and now we should be able, I guess, to load the CSV file. Let's try doing that. Open and sysmon.csv. If it would be misformatted, it would be quite unfortunate, but it is formatted well. And okay, we've got a nice CSV view here. How do we analyze it? What's this? Okay, so we can perform a lot of filtering. Enter text to search. Okay, and let's use that, of course. The user of this machine was compromised by malicious documents, and we want to search for .doc, and I guess there should be file creation, which is ID of 11, right? This is starting of these files. Let's also, I forgot what event 15 was. Sysmon event 15 file create stream hash. When a named file stream is created. Okay. I still don't really understand it. Maybe it's like it's when you provide some additional context to the file. For example, you modify it stream, but yeah, it's a bit of, or maybe wait, maybe it's when you modify the file. Maybe you cannot modify the file without creating file stream something hash or whatever it is called. Anyways, it's not likely modification of a file, but creation of a file, which could be this one. And let's try to look for the details of that one. Sysmon Tempest user ID. File create, okay. So we can see what syscalls would execute it. Or maybe it's not actually a syscall, but a description of a sysmon event. We can see what. Oh, is it just me, or is these guys are these guys from anime? I remember there was some anime of that name. Target file name, payload data, payload data. Okay, we can see Google Chrome, which is a huge red flag by itself. Can we double click on some of the events? For example, this one. Now we can see the cell contents, but that's not what I want to see. Yeah, how do I see the row? This one I can expand. That is not helpful at all. I wonder what I do in that situation. Maybe I should target file name. Let's see for that. Okay, free something. Free magicals. I don't know what magical is, but I guess that's not important for our investigation, our little investigation here. What is the name of the compromised user machine? Benimar. But the machine? Oh, I don't know. I know the user, but the machine, how do I see the machine? I guess it should be in some. Let's see that raw payload. This is not good. If a tool forces you to use a raw payload, you know it's not a good tool. Maybe it's just I'm stupid and I don't know how to use that. Process GUID, index, yeah, perhaps some PS, and free magicals, Benimaro, target file name, put on files application. As far as I see, there's no information about what system it has used. Oh, it's Tempest. Well, I'm stupid. Of course it is. I even saw this before. Should I copy it as a raw file? I'm not sure I should. Maybe I should. It's incorrect. Let's try this one. Username, machine name? Oh, okay. PID of Microsoft Word process that opened the malicious document. PID Microsoft Word process that opened. I guess every opening should go through file stream, right? Because that's just bytes of a file, and you should read the bytes of the file normally when you read the file itself. So that should mean, can I sort by this value? I'm not sure how it's 58, 58. Dude, shut up. Just show me. Okay, so it's filtered. If it's triangle down, it's filtered descending, and it's up, it's ascending. So, yeah, okay. So this just should be the soonest file stream, but well, it shouldn't be able to. Oh, it's actually related to this. But how can you open a file which you haven't created yet? Or maybe it's just the event was registered later on. But you know what? Let's actually look for. Oh my God, do you see it? I hold the button and it's so slow. Uh, Source file, not important. Okay, so this is the event, right? This one is the culprit. Let's parent process. Please show me the. You show me parent process ID. I want to see the the PID of that itself. Let's click the row and analyze it ourselves. Yeah, this tool does not provide a lot of user a lot of information. I don't like this one, to be fair. You should navigate here and there, and it takes a lot of time. Whereas, can I see it in some JSON for? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot better. Let's try 496. 496. We got it. Cool. Based on system logs, what is the IPv4 address result by the malicious domain used in the previous question? Well, there's I don't know how to try to search for that. I would like to find. I would like to filter by event ID, but how do I do that? Equals. Oh, that's that's actually good. Okay, that's okay. Filtering is good in this tool. I start liking that more. I start liking that more clearly, but there's still a lot. So maybe I should try filtering by dog, or maybe by this process somewhere. Maybe it should be a parent process or the process itself. Let's not Benimara, you bastard. Free. It should be free magicules. Tuck. I don't know. You know what magicules sounds like? Like testicles. I don't know if it's if it's just me, but maybe it's just me being stupid. But Okay, so there's clearly no such thing. Maybe let's just try filtering .doc. Still no such thing. So how can we get this? Let's try looking at command line. Oh, and I guess we should look for Benimara only, not authority system. Let's try filtering by that as well. Tempest Benimara. Okay, that's better. We narrowed down the search. We still see process ID that is the same. Maybe we can try filtering by that process. Yeah, but let's try doing that. Okay, okay, that's a lot better. Um, but yeah, viewing this won't give us a lot. We have to look at this. Let's view a JSON format. Yep, role name, UTC name, process GUID, query name, query status. Wait, what is business system logs? Is the IPv4 address result by the malicious domain? Query results, process GUID. Yeah, so this process sends a query for that one. Acquire status 0. Not sure what that is. Net type. Yep. That's IPv6. That's not what we are looking for. Let's try. That's still IPv6. Not what we are looking for. Still IPv6, man. Or maybe, wait. Was it also in previous questions? If it was, I will feel stupid. And it was. I'm right to feel stupid by this one. What is the base 64 encoded string in the malicious payload executed by the document? Um, okay, so now what do we want to do? We certainly don't want this value. We certainly don't want this value. And now we can try searching for that ID. Process ID 496. Let's cancel this. Let's find. Oh, that's. Wait. That doesn't make a lot of sense, to be fair. Why didn't it find any things? What if we do this? And let's try looking for the ID ourselves. Payload data 1. But is it me? Or something doesn't work here? Because as you can see, there are certainly processes with ID 296, and I filtered specifically for these ones, and I still didn't receive the right output. So that means, oh, it's actually malformed if you. This is some BS. This column is misleading. I don't know what happens here, but but it's clearly misleading. And payload. Well, protected protected mode. Let's see this one because it stands out. Binary data. Um, no data here itself. Well, where should the data be in that case? Press some tactics, or what is this T something? But why should be mid-range attack tactic be here? Yeah, so what is base 64 payload executed? Well, I don't know, man. How should I know? How can I view a payload of a file? It's not what you normally see, right? Let's try looking at these 13s. I think it might be something. Or 15s, I don't remember which ones. Process, sysmon, ID, registry ones. File create. Okay, let's try file create. Let's try looking for 15. Two payloads. Let's see. Hashes. Yeah, bullshit, bullshit. Nothing interesting. Bullshit. Okay. Um, well, I don't know what to do. Maybe let's try remembering some of the events. How is it I forgot these events? Network connection. Oh, wait. Now, I doubt we'll see the payload in HTTP in TCP communication. This was file create, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is process start. Let's see this process start thing. Maybe it somehow contains what that process should do, but it doesn't look like that. So, um, some hashes. Maybe it wants for. Oh wait, no, it's actually executed by the document. So the ID. You know what I'm thinking about? If a process started with command from command line, is the payload itself a if, if the command has started from command line, right? So the spin winward exa, does it mean the document itself has the same process? Does it mean the process ID 496 is the process ID of that malicious script, or is it the process ID of the command line itself and a parent process ID for the script? I think it's actually the first case. Because if, let me think, if the first, if they had the same ID, no, different IDs, that would mean that the command typed itself is not, that would mean that it's created a separate process, which is different from the process of Microsoft Word. That would make sense, I guess. Opening CMD session, for example, from File Explorer or YI registry run should assign to CMD some process ID. And then when you start some process from CMD, the process should get a separate process ID, which should be 496. So when we are filtering by 496, we are actually looking at what this process does. So the content, logically, should be somewhere here if it is present. But, well, let's try maybe looking like this, inspecting them manually. I normally, when you do manual work, this is a huge red flag. You do something, you are not moving into the right direction. But honestly, I a bit of ran of options here. Okay, what's that? It's modified some bullshit registry key. You guys modify keys a lot. Why do you do that? What persistence mechanism or information regarding the attack you want to store in that stuff? And why don't you create a separate file for that? I guess registry key modification. Oh, maybe it's just more noisy and more logical to store info in registry key as registry key. But whatever. So yeah, some BS. I'm not sure if we will find anything interesting here. Yeah, we are really running out of options. That's not good. Let's see this. Okay, so yeah, these things don't contain any information about the payload. I don't know how do I extract information about the payload in the malicious document. Oh, no, I had an idea that maybe it's stored in ADS, alternate data streams. But how realistic is that? Sounds not really realistic to me. Yeah, let's just search for the answer. I'm not sure. Tempest writes up. I wonder what approach did he take. Once again, what do we know? So we can wait. So he just said I was wrong, right? Because we can assume the parent PID is 496, but I thought that's child's PID. Why do you think that's it? Wait, something invoked by the document. But maybe the document started itself some other script or command, right? It shouldn't directly modify stuff. Yeah, why should it create a separate process? Why should it? Maybe. But why shouldn't it as well? That's a good question. Because it can, right? You can create a process from that process. It's not guaranteed that the process tree would stop at that script. Essentially, you could, somewhere that 496 should be present. But okay, so in that case, let's just look for parent process ID. Let's get rid of this. We know that's not so right. Where's parent process ID? I'm starting to get tired, by the way, by this. It's not so easy to run this stuff. Payload data, payload data, payload data. Yeah, shut up. How do I see the parent process? User ID, map description, username, remote host data. Is it me or I don't understand. Where is it? Where is the parent process ID stored here? Okay, so it's not stored as a separate column, right? Oh, what's that? How did it happen? We can see the payload, by the way. So I don't really understand what it starts and when it ends. I guess it's like this. Let's see the cyber chef from base. Oh crap. Um, let's try. Okay, I see the commands, right? But well, and I don't know what to paste here. Maybe this. Oh, oh God. J something. So it just caught my command. Yeah, what is the CVE number of the exploit? Huh. How should I know that? Oh, I know. Or maybe not. I guess the most reliable way is to search for the hash of that. Um, process ID, process GID. So you see the process, its fourth process. It should store somewhere the hash. Format hash, hash. You are joking. You didn't store the hash of the process, don't you? Let's try filtering by this. Okay. Okay. Let's try filtering by this. And we should go to virus total. Not upload, man. I don't want to upload anything. Relations, execution parents, um, crap, I don't know. Maybe I should look for the name, actually. To talk, it's not the rightest way, not the best way, I know. But I don't want to look for that busted hash. Let's see here. Oh, you don't see it, right? Fuck you. Let's copy. You know what? Let's just do this. I, no, I didn't want to copy that. I wanted to free magicals hash. Yep. No. Give me the hash. This one. This one. Okay. Okay. Really? Am I looking on the right one? Am I looking at the right one? Event record ID, event ID. Let's look at this. And let's look actually at this. I think it was the second one. I hope it was. Format UTC target hashes. Oh, that's because I forgot E, right? Oh crap. Parent process ID. Um, why don't we see the hash? Or maybe we can actually decode the payload and let's try. Looking for that. Nope, that didn't work. Let's just remove everything after that. No, shut up. I don't want to see the. No, no. I don't know what CVE that is. I don't know. Invoke web request. That's clearly not what I expected. And how should I know? Let's let's just try. Okay. It's just I want to finish it as soon as possible. Sorry for being that, that angry at all of stuff. CVE. What's that? Is that report? Okay, I found the report. Felina. Felina, right? Yep, okay. I wonder how did this guy find this. Anyways, thank you for not watching because no one watched that stream. I know that. And see you later.